We are here in Zion National Park. We made our way. We were staying tonight. Last night we stayed in a town called Hurricane. It is about a 30-mile or a 30-minute drive to get here. You can always stay right outside the park too. There was a cute little town called Springdale, but those hotels were running like 300 and up sometimes, so a little bit out of our range.
Yeah, now we didn't pay 300 and up. We paid $85 to stay where we stayed. If you want to see exactly where we stayed, that's in our last video, so check that video out. But we're ready to start exploring this place.
We are. So we just got into the park. The key thing that we're going to tell you right away is come as early as you possibly can. We got into the park at about 8 o'clock in the morning and the visitor parking lot is almost full, which then means that you have to park outside of the park and take the shuttle in, and you're going to pay for parking out there. So right now we're going to hop into the visitor center here and make sure we have everything we need.
I think we got everything we need. I saw the sign.
Okay.
We're prepared.
Short trail on the right, number 4.
All right, so we just got off the shuttle. Now, the thing to know about the shuttle is that it stops only at certain stops. There's certain ones you can access by your car that they still let you go to. Beyond that is where you do have to take the shuttle.
Right, now what we're doing is we're taking the shuttle to the very end, working our way backwards. We think that's gonna help us out as far as all the people. It may not, everybody else may have the same idea we do, but that's what we're going with. We're gonna work against the grain. But I also like to point out that it was 53 degrees when we started this video. It's probably about 54 degrees now.
It's cold.
Come prepared, bring a little backpack with you. We're half prepared. There's people that are more prepared than we are. There's people far less prepared than we are. But bundle up, bring a backpack so you can shed some gear as the day goes on, because it is supposed to get warm.
Yeah. So so another thing also to ride all the way to the end is the buses only go 15 miles per hour. So it is 45 minutes to go from one end to the other. We did stand the whole time, which is fine. But if you're somebody who's going to want to get a seat, make sure you're sitting down if you're going to want to be able to go that long. But where we're at now, this is Sinawava.
Temple is Sinawava.
Temple of Sinawava. And what it is mainly the river walk. This is the area that you're going to head to do that walk. And then the people who are all geared up, ready to go into the Narrows and to go where they're going to trek through the water. We're not doing that. You had to rent gear and go do that. And like we said, it's cold.
It's cold. Now, there's a lot of people not doing that. I see a stroller coming down right now. So they're obviously not doing that, but there's a lot of people that are.
Yeah,
so.
And that's one of those things that you want to check time of year. It's not even necessarily time of year. It can change even any day that you come based on the risk of any kind of flooding. So
now it is the end of March right now.
Yeah. We've got our backpack on ready to go in case we need to take a layer off. We're hoping we have to take a layer off.
We brought water.
Yes.
Bring your water. Bring some snacks. I got some snacks in my pocket that I'm going to throw in this backpack here in a minute.
Those and the water, one thing to note about water is that they have refill stations at each of the stops. So, well, most of the stops. So if you do just want to bring a smaller water bottle and just refill it as you go, that might be really easy too.
And restrooms, nice restrooms or porta potties, either or.
When you need to go, you don't care what it is.
You don't care.
They have trackers on.
Some wildlife. Oh, there's another one.
He got me.
She turns
they
around.
have a couple of them have like trackers on them. Oh, here's one right here on the walkway. They obviously are around people enough that they're...
Yeah. It's thirsty.
So now there's hiking and then there's hiking. Like we did a hiking trail in Palm Springs called the Bump and Grind, where you just really go up this like bare hill, nothing really much to look at. This is amazing.
This is pretty sweet.
This is incredible.
I'm not even sure if the camera can really give this justice. But
We're watching that sun though come down the hillside, waiting for it to eventually hit us, hopefully.
Yeah.
Warm us up.
Now, if you want to, if you're one of those that are very prepared, this is where the trail takes you, and you go that way.
Yeah, so we're gonna go and just, you'll see all the
Like
people.
these guys.
Oh yeah.
How much did that cost to rent that stuff?
55 each, all of it.
55 each?
Yeah.
That's not bad, actually.
It's not horrible. I wasn't gonna get it, and then I found out these come with it, so I was like, oh yeah.
Well, you need the walking sticks.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta have
I
those.
came in here yesterday, did like 0.2 miles. I was like,
This is cool though.
yeah, see, are you guys gonna do it?
No.
Oh, you can do it in your shorts.
No.
You can do it in your
No,
shorts.
I'm already cold.
That's all right. You're doing your shorts to like less than half a mile, but there's a bend. You gotta.
I don't want to do it.
All right, man.
I don't want to do it.
Y'all enjoy your day.
Hey, you too, man. Thanks. Those are the two dudes right there I was just talking to.
These are waterproof, so I feel it.
Well, good luck. Yeah, I don't know. For 55 bucks, I might consider doing that, like, next time.
Yeah, next time. Yeah, we didn't know the pricing.
Okay, so there's two guys I was talking to. We got all that conversation on my mic. Carrie had the camera, but he made a great point. He came yesterday, saw how cool this looked, and came back today to rent all the gear and walk across the river. And it's another mile around the bend, I guess. But he said that, you know, you get the walking sticks, you get the neoprene waterproof gear and the shoes, $55. That's a pretty darn good deal.
It's not bad. And the other thing to note is, so it is really cold when we're here right now. If you're coming later in the year, it's a lot warmer, and a lot of people do it in just like their neoprene little footies and shorts. So this time of year, not highly recommended. I think it would be miserable, but
as you heard, she didn't hear, but you guys did. He was trying to convince me, you can do it in shorts.
Yeah.
You can do it in shorts. Come
different
on.
time of year.
No, not gonna do it because
Yeah.
my shoes are wet.
Oh, yeah, and it's
that.
that would be miserable.
Crazy
So
kids.
okay, so we're gonna make the walk back, which
Yeah.
we're equally as excited for, and then go to the next step. It's warming up a little. And when I say warming up, it's probably maybe reaching 60 degrees, possibly, but we do see the sun is down to the bottom up here, so hopefully.
We just can't wait to get over there.
Yeah, it is such a gorgeous walk.
Yeah, I'd say as far as handicap accessibility, this is pretty easy.
It was pretty easy, which was impressive because I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
So unless you're actually going into the river, you can make it the whole way back and forth, and it's an easy walk. It's not hard at all.
You can also rent those walking sticks. If you don't want to bring your own, you can get them here. All right, so our first bus driver coming up here didn't say a word the whole time. This bus driver on the way down is giving us a tour guide of all the points of interest to see all the way back down the hill. So that's kind of nice.
Much nicer.
Yeah, this is much better. The first guy was great. He did a good job. Got us there safely.
He did. What he did say was he would tell you the stops we were making, so you did know where to get off and on. But this one's like telling you some history and like what to be looking out the window and everything. So very cool.
Quarter of a mile. Real short hike.
All right, so we just got off at Weeping Rock.
Yeah.
So we are going to go, and it says quarter of a mile round trip. So really easy one, it sounds like. But
And we know it's a quarter mile round trip because our tour guide just let us know.
just told us that.
So one thing that'd be really cool to do is if you're into the electric bikes, I got friends that are. Look at this guy right here. You can do everything we're doing on the electric bikes. They rent that back down at the lodge. We'll find out how much they are.
Yeah.
But it'd be
And
pretty cool.
the other thing is that if you don't want to ride all the way in and all the way out, the regular bikes, if you want to just pedal it, you can put those on the bus and go to the very far entrance or the last stop that we were just at, and then ride the bike all the way in. So you can do that as well. They do not allow the electric ones on the bus.
I just don't know if the camera captures this the way it should.
I hope so.
So do I.
We hope you can see it.
Because this is pretty cool.
We also hope we're documenting it for ourselves for later as well.
Right. This is really cool.
It is. So this is Weeping Rock. He said it was the size of a basketball court. And it has been weeping for how many years?
Thousands of years.
Thousands of years, yeah.
Even in the worst of the drought season, in any year,
Yeah.
it's
is
still
just crazy.
weeping.
So we're getting dripped on up in here, but you're kind of undercover a little bit here.
You just walk.
Yeah, so the trail here isn't bad. It's, like we said, it was a quarter mile. I think that's in and out, so it's not very far. It is a little bit steeper, but I would think that if you can go up a steep hill, you'd be just fine.
Okay, we're here.
So we're at the grotto.
Probably won't do a 5-mile walk, but
No.
we're gonna do some of it.
Yeah, we saw people walking along the river there. It looked cool. So this is where we started. So we started at the temple of Sinawava, and that was the river walk in the Narrows. And then we didn't get off at
We
Big
skipped
Bend.
Big Bend.
Yeah, but we did the Weeping Rock and now Grotto. And then the last stop that they actually make is here at the lodge. So that will be one of our next stops, but not our last stop of the day. So
Yeah, we got
yeah.
plenty to do. Oh, this is where you go. Oh, we didn't get a permit. Damn it. Oh well.
Brian's so bummed about that because it's, Mr. Heights here.
You
There was
know.
no way he was going to do it anyway. But yeah, just to note, you will need a permit if you plan to do the Angels, what is it, Angel Walk or?
Angel's Death, I think is what it's called.
It probably should be called that. Anyway, they were explaining it a bit to us. It looks really cool, but it does look like it's quite a hike.
It does look pretty amazing. You do need a permit. It's quite the hike. And if you're afraid of heights, it might not be for you. But it does look really cool.
It's off the list for Brian. Check. And go. So this is gonna what you would take to Angel's Landing here.
Oh, Angel's Landing.
Angel's Landing, that's
Not
what,
Angel's
yeah. But yeah, so it looks like you can just kind of pick your trail, whatever you want to do along the river here.
I mean, this is what you could do.
You could do that.
With all those people.
That's Angel's Landing there. I mean, that's what you're doing. So you're doing the chain walk there.
And he's even struggling, I can tell.
Angel's Landing is 2 miles. Oh geez, we could go to Lava
Let's
Point.
do Lava Point, you want to?
Yeah, Angel's Landing, Scout Lookout. So Emerald Pools is a mile. So we decided to do the Kayenta Trail, and it takes you to Emerald Pool. It says it's a mile, so we're gonna go see. We figured we needed to get in our all the other ones we've done so far have been just kind of a walk, and this one is more uphill, so a little hike. And if you didn't notice, the sun is out.
Yes.
We're not quite ready to take a
Shed
layer
the
off
gear
yet,
but
but
it's
we're getting real
coming.
close.
A few more of these switchbacks.
Yeah, won't be long.
Oh, look at that. What's this?
What's this? We've now taken off a layer. It's actually now it's getting warm.
Little warm
Not even because we're going up. It's like it just takes no time at all to go from cold to hot. So
Well, way up here, this is a pretty steep hike.
yeah.
A lot closer to the sun right now. So
Is that what it is?
yeah,
Just pack those layers. That's really going to be key.
yeah, this is gorgeous. And I am a bit afraid of heights, but this is not a big deal at all because there's a pretty wide trail. So if you're anything like me, you'll be just fine. I'm not gonna go out there in that tip out there though.
No, it looks like people have, and that's just
Yeah,
dumb.
that's just dumb.
Oh yeah, lower Emma Phillips Point 2 that way.
Carrie almost slipped and fell. Have you ever heard that?
Oh, sorry. You're doing this up.
Oh,
Feels good now. Wouldn't have felt good earlier.
Wow. This is very beautiful.
So we went by the pools, the little emerald pools. There's an upper and there's a lower, and I would say that the walk is incredible. You want to do that hike. I mean, it absolutely is incredible.
Yeah.
Totally worth it. The pools, not so much. But one thing we didn't realize.
well, one thing we didn't realize is the trail brought us all the way back to the next stop, so we don't have to get on the bus.
Right.
We just walked here. One other thing I like to say about the pools is this time of year, late March, it's been hot, unseasonably hot, but it was more of a creek and there were a lot of people.
Yeah.
So we didn't even bother showing you. It wasn't worth showing.
Right.
So keep that in mind, but the hike itself is amazing.
Right. So if you get off at the stop that we just got off at, you can make the loop, or you can get off at the lodge stop. I see the shadow on my face, sorry. But you can just get off there and you'll see a bridge. We're going to show it to you right now. And then there's a sign right when you cross the bridge. Just follow that loop and then you can just make the loop that way. You're not having to cut one, you don't have to double do a hike. Sometimes that's not very fun.
Double doing hikes. Want to take a break? Pull out your picnic lunch.
Yeah.
This is the place right here.
So this is stop, I believe I think this was 5 or 6. I don't know. It's the first stop that you make, I think. You can't drive up here. The cars you see here is because they're staying at the lodge. Now, if you want a cool place to stay that you're right in the heart of everything, this would be the place to stay.
This would be the place to stay. There's no doubt about it. I think this is the lodge, isn't it?
It's right over here, yeah.
Number
all
4.
here.
I don't know.
Okay, and if you're somebody who likes to come in and camp, we saw these camping spots. They looked like they were just constructing them, and then the bus driver just said that they've been constructing them for the last 2 years. So they're really hoping they open up soon. They said they're starting to see some barriers go down, but this is right next to the visitor center. So right when you come in, the camping spots look great. Small, but just simple camping sites. That might be a really cool option. Have no clue on pricing because they're not even open yet.
They're not even open yet. Hey man, just out of curiosity, how much are the e-bike rentals?
So I'll give you a flyer.
Oh, okay, cool.
Here are all the prices.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Half day, $65. Full day, $85. Cargo holds up to 2 children.
Oh.
$120. $90 half day. E-trike, e-tandem.
So these are all,
I'll just do this and
yeah.
then you can read
So
it.
these are all the e-bikes here. Put it this direction so that we can see it better here. There. we thought we would go into Springdale and find ourselves a beverage. Unfortunately, every place was really, really busy. And because we really just wanted a beer, we didn't want to take up a table at a restaurant.
Right.
We felt bad.
Well, you know, it's karma. That's going to come back and hurt you someday. Now, it's the last week of March. The last 2 weeks of March and the first week of April are big spring break times of the year here in the United States. The park is very busy.
Yeah.
So we're not finding a whole lot of success finding parking outside of the area of the main parking lot. The what's the center called?
So the visitor center
The
where you're going to
visitor
park
center,
to catch the
that's
bus.
it.
Yeah,
It's a big
people are
word.
really and well, in the sign. So when we went out to Springdale and then came back in, the
Yeah.
sign said parking lot is full.
It's full.
So at that case, you are stuck parking out in Springdale and then taking the shuttle in. Not a huge deal.
Look at this though.
Yeah. So these bikers, they're cruising along here.
This looks like so much
I
fun.
cannot say that I envy them. They look like they're all in shape though.
That one guy doesn't.
You're so rude. Okay, so we did. Sorry, you made me nervous there. We did try and go into. A lot of you had recommended we go to Oscar's Cafe. We did try and go to Oscar's Cafe. The line and the wait was really long. Unfortunately, we hit it right at about 1 o'clock, which was probably not the best idea. So right now where we're heading is there is a tunnel that is supposed to be pretty cool and just kind of doing the part of the of Zion that we can drive through where it's not restricted.
Without bikers, there's more. They're all wearing the same outfit.
But check out the view. Brian needs to concentrate on the road though. He's a great driver. All right, so loving our little stop off here to have a little lunch with an absolutely amazing view. Now, one thing we didn't cover was the cost to get into Zion Park is $35 for a carload, but we have the national pass.
Yes.
And so that pass only cost us, I think it was $80, and
Right.
that is good for a year.
Right.
We're gonna make that one up, and we've already used it in 2 locations. The next location, it's paid for the rest of the year. So great
Yeah,
deal.
brilliant. So this would be a very long video if it wasn't to be continued until next week.
Right.